From immortal jellyfish and ghost-like sharks to whales that speak like humans, the ocean hides creatures so strange they blur the line between science and mythology. These real-life marvels challenge everything we think we know about life on Earth, and some seem pulled straight from ancient legends. The Turritopsis dohrnii, often called the immortal jellyfish, is one of the most fascinating creatures in the ocean. Unlike other animals that simply live long lives, this jellyfish is biologically immortal. When faced with stress, starvation, or injury, it can reverse its aging process by reverting to its polyp stage. This tiny creature, measuring only about 4.5 millimeter, possesses a godlike ability to defy death, making scientists rethink the limits of biology. Researchers believe it may hold valuable clues to unlocking the secrets of anti-aging in humans. Its unique ability has even drawn comparisons to mythological beings like Kronos, the Greek personification of time. The deep-sea dragonfish. The deep-sea dragonfish is a fearsome predator from the darkest depths of the ocean. Armed with fang-like teeth and glowing red lights, what makes it particularly strange is its ability to produce red bioluminescence, which is almost invisible to most deep-sea creatures. This gives it a hidden advantage, like a private laser pointer, allowing it to hunt undetected over 2,000 meters below the surface. In this extreme darkness, it becomes nearly invisible to prey, a remarkable example of biological cloaking, unseen in any land animal. Its mysterious traits echo ancient myths of sea gods who could vanish into darkness or create light in the deep. The giant squid that inspired the kraken, Architeuthis dux. Once thought to be nothing more than a sailor's myth, the giant squid became a reality when it was finally caught on camera. Growing up to 43 feet long, with eyes as large as basketballs, this deep-sea giant had long been the subject of terrifying tales about monstrous tentacled beasts pulling ships into the ocean. In 2012, a Japanese team managed to film one alive in its natural habitat for the first time, revealing its eerie and almost alien movements. Marine biologists discovered that it can strike prey from meters away using its long tentacles, and its feeding mechanism is unlike anything seen on land. With its massive size, mysterious behavior, and vanishing act into the deep, it's easy to understand why ancient legends painted it as a godlike force of the sea. The Pompei Worm. The Pompei Worm is one of the most extreme survivors on Earth, living in conditions hotter than boiling water. Found near hydrothermal vents deep in the Pacific Ocean, it thrives where temperatures can exceed 176 degrees Fahrenheit. Its back is covered with a thick layer of symbiotic bacteria that acts like armor, insulating it from the deadly heat and possibly allowing it to survive in such an environment. Discovered in the 1982nd, this worm stunned scientists by challenging the limits of life as they were understood. Even more fascinating is the parallel with ancient Sumerian and Greek myths, which spoke of gods born from both fire and water, a perfect description of the Pompei worm's fiery yet aquatic home. This creature doesn't just survive in these hellish depths. The axolotl. The axolotl is a remarkable freshwater creature with abilities that seem almost divine. While its closest relatives dwell in dark underwater cave systems, the axolotl itself can be found in places like Lake Xochimilco in Mexico. What makes it extraordinary is its power to regenerate not just limbs, but also parts of its heart, spinal cord, and even sections of its brain. Scientists have performed experiments where limbs were amputated, spinal cords severed, or eye tissue damaged only to witness perfect regrowth. Some cave-dwelling salamanders in the same genus share these incredible healing abilities. In Aztec mythology, the god Axelotl transformed into an axolotl to escape death, a story that reflects the creature's sacred and almost supernatural aura. The Greenland Shark. The Greenland Shark is a slow-moving giant of the Arctic, possibly roaming those waters since the 1402nd. One specimen was carbon dated to about 392 years old, while another may have been over 500, making it one of the longest living vertebrates on Earth. These sharks don't even reach sexual maturity until around 150 years of age. Living deep in cold, dark waters, they glide with an eerie, ghost-like slowness. Their flesh is toxic to humans unless specially treated, adding to their mysterious reputation. In Inuit legend, Greenland sharks are seen as guides to the underworld, silent watchers that drift through the currents of time itself. With lifespans possibly stretching for half a millennium, the legend doesn't seem far from truth. The Goblin Shark. The Goblin Shark is a deep-sea predator that looks like something pulled straight from mythology, often called a living fossil. It has existed for roughly 125 million years. Its most striking feature is its long, flattened snout and terrifying jaws, which can shoot forward like a harpoon to snatch prey. When it opens its mouth, the jaws launch several inches ahead of its face at lightning speed. Living at depths of up to 4,300 feet, it is rarely seen by humans, except when accidentally caught in deep-sea trawls. Its eerie, unchanged form over millions of years suggests it is already perfectly adapted, or perhaps was never meant to evolve further, making it an enduring symbol of deep-sea mystery. The electric ray. The electric ray is a fascinating marine predator that doesn't just sting, it electrocutes. Using specialized organs, it can deliver shocks strong enough to stun or kill prey, with some species like the torpedo ray generating up to 220 volts, enough to knock out a human. In ancient Rome, these fish were even used in medicine to treat headaches by delivering controlled shocks. Described in old texts as living thunderbolts, the electric ray may have been seen as a fragment of divine power, akin to Zeus's lightning, but carried within the sea. Today, it still swims silently, carrying that raw, untamed energy. NOC the Beluga. At the National Marine Mammal Foundation in California, researchers once heard what sounded like a person talking, but there was no one nearby. The source was a beluga whale named NOC, who had learned to mimic human speech patterns so accurately that divers initially thought a human was shouting underwater. By manipulating his nasal cavity in a unique way, NOC reshaped his voice to sound uncannily like ours. Across many cultures, whales are revered as messengers of the gods, carriers of wisdom through their songs. But NOC went beyond singing. He was trying to speak.